What's going on, everybody? If you don't know me, it's your little homie Dean. Here to bring you the Cinematics Top 10 Women to Date on Power. Now, we're going to bring this in from the best woman that you could possibly date to the worst woman that you could possibly date concerning the women on Power. Now, I'm not about to get into the Tyreek little girlfriends or the little youngins and everything like that. We're going to keep it all with the grown folks and really just the main characters. You know what I mean? The people we got enough information on. Now, first thing I want you to do, if you can, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And go ahead and make sure you leave some comments down in the bottom if you disagree with anything that I'm saying, man. I love to talk about this stuff. All right, boom. So first off, the best woman to date on Power today would be Keisha. Now, yeah, I know she did, and you know how they do the best ones. Now, she was just done wrong throughout this whole entire ordeal. From the first season with Tasha and them giving her hand-me-down purses and clothes and shit that Ghost had bought for her, and really not in the most subtle way. You know what I mean? She was a little bit, braggadocious with that stuff on how she gave it to her. Here you go. Now I know you like this one here. You can have. Girl, go on and take it, girl. I didn't like that. It seemed like she was just dogging them a little bit. And you know what I mean? The complete betrayal of their friendship after Keisha tells Tasha that she hooked up with Sean, for Tasha to turn her hot ass around and not only fuck him, but plan to run off with this nigga happily ever after. So after Kane and murked Sean, Keisha still mends her relationship with Tasha, even though, she feeling some type of way, only to have Tasha secretly running money through her hair store, implementing her into a drug conspiracy and not even paying Keisha for the risk. And once Keisha breaks that, finds out, of course she doesn't fuck with her no more. Broken by this, hooks up with Tommy, who then promptly disappears after he gets the pussy and leaves her hanging, only to come back and talk her into, giving him a second chance just to run more money through her shop by Tasha. Only by being sweet, caring, and understanding does Keisha actually tame the wild beast called Tommy and gets him to propose as well as accept her son as his. I mean, her and her son, Tommy and her son was super cool toward the end. Just to not play the street shit right once the heat came. And then, which she never wanted to be a part of anyway, gets cornered by the police, who threatens her son, which is, his only weak point. It's the Achilles heel right there. And before she can explain anything or come up with a plan to try to get out of it, how everybody's had a capability to do, gets shot by Tasha, the bitch who set up Kane and with Ghost, just to go ahead and so they could continue their thing. Now she can't understand anybody actually possibly could have been talking to the police. God damn, they did Keisha so wrong. And I'm sorry, Keisha. They let you show them titties for no reason. All right, and number 2, best woman to date on Power, on Starz, Angela Valdez. Yeah, I said it. And before you ladies get mad, yeah, she was a side chick to a nigga that owns one of the best clubs in downtown New York, that happened to be her high school sweetheart while he was having big trouble in his marriage. Now, I'm not saying, nothing about y'all high school sweetheart, but I guarantee he doesn't own a big old club in New York. And if you saw him tomorrow, as long as he ain't doing the third shift at UPS, you at least gonna say hi and just see what he up to. Damn. She didn't try to get caught up in that. She got caught up in it. But anyway, Ghost from the first episode wanted out of the dope game. That's the reason why he putting all his thing into the club in the truth. Angela was his out. She never relinquished the want or desire for Ghost to not get out the game and keep doing what he's doing, even though she was conflicted with her love for him. And her love and her morals, I can say she straddled the fence fairly nicely, depending on what she was dealing with. She's not, she fucking fed out this thing. Had a bad rebound, fuck with Greg. That wasn't great. And his death showed that she would actually choose what's right over what she wants. So even though misguided, Jamie ass was going to jail if he killed Greg, because she actually does have a conscience. She wouldn't have been able to live with herself with that. She had compassion and intelligence, but that love bug just got her killed. She couldn't give Ghost away due to Ghost crew crumbling all around him. But Angela Valdez was a down ass bitch, man. Y'all need to leave her alone. Okay, now number 3. Now we kind of getting into the worst. Now that those are the best. Now we kind of getting from best to worst, and now so number 3 is Rock. Now this could change how the season pans out, but I might start sounding like I don't really like the rest of these women. But bear with me. So first of all, how is Kanan this close to the game but doesn't know anything? Rock had him beating up kids with locks and socks while she got them weighing up dope and shit downstairs went to an open door, but didn't teach him wholesale and retail about supply and demand or anything, which are ninth grade economic classes. So let me get this straight. You get pregnant with Kanan while you fucking two different dudes. One of them is a dope boy who obviously isn't getting out anytime soon. I know that because you got another dope boy that actually put you in the game. That's what Kanan said, and got you selling dope out of your own house while Kanan is still 10 years old or less or whatever the first scene was. Now, the other dude you fucking at that time is on his way to being a cop, soon to be detective. And you come up with the decision to lie and say that Kanan is the dope boy's son who's not getting out of jail anytime soon and not the law abiding cop. Why? You don't want the dope boy to know that you were cheating? You don't want the dope boy to know you were fucking a cop? You don't want the dope boy to be mad? You can't say that you don't want the dope boy cheating now because you had a fling with another dope boy, but that has to be cool. It's not like he's sending money or something back, from prison or something like that. Like he still got an operation going on because you're out here selling dope with a new nigga. So it's not like, he had a hold over you. Why wouldn't you just tell him that wasn't your kid, I'm with somebody else? So you think Epps is coming for you, but you won't tell him, hey, man, this could be your son. Why don't you just back up off of us, man, so we don't have any problems over here? No. Instead, you keep that from him, but still feed him street snitch worthy information to pull the heat off of you. What? Now, I do appreciate her grind and her hustle, but now you're fucking a history teacher that bartends on the side of a club owned by a business associate that you just had to straighten out by killing her dog in a microwave. I mean, you talk about shitting where you eat. Now, she seems to be the smartest so far and looks to really plan shit out and not be too emotional about what's going on. But using logic doesn't make you a logical person. Just like me playing ball doesn't make me a ball player. It's a lot of things for her to be so street that are not lining up with street shit. And I don't know if it's her brothers, letting her lead or she just don't know what the hell's going on. There's a lot of that I don't like. Rock seemed a little bit crazy to me. All right, number 4. Number 4 on the list would be Monet. All right, now I love Mary J. Blige, so baby, please forgive me. But what is this dumb bitch doing? First of all, you're too damn tough. Like, damn, my nigga, you mad at breakfast? Come on, man. Your daughter is naive. The gay son is a fucking mess, not knowing which way is up. And Kane is just my favorite right now. Yeah, he's a big dummy too, but we will save that for a later episode or something like that and see how this all goes. But every scenario that Monet planned out in Power Book 2 went completely to shit. First, you misread Tariq and let him in before you even know how to handle him and what he got going on behind the scenes. Then you send your daughter Diana after him like she's going to extract some information and she just ends up falling in love and going to get anything, ain't going to get nothing but played because it's obvious you're sending her over there. And she doesn't even do that. Like, how many niggas have you sent her by? How many 19-year-olds have you been doing business with to where you got to send your daughter over there to goddamn get some information? You don't know she can't handle that? Okay, and you're running shit for Big Daddy while he inside, right, Monet? So you haven't had a conversation with him to say that Drew, spelled like Drew Hill, is just not cut out for this shit? Like, he's more worried about getting dick than any of the females on the show. Leaving texts on red, not picking up the phone. And Monet, you didn't see any of this coming. You didn't see any of this get back. Now, Kane gets out of control because while you screaming family and we all together, you let Tariq in just because you see a monetary gain in him being around, even though Kane doesn't trust him, as should no one, because no one knows this motherfucker. But you side with Tariq, shit gets heated, and you accidentally get hit and knocked to the ground. No bruise, no black eye. So you decide to call Big Daddy. Seeing Kane up there to go talk to Big Daddy in jail and you didn't know Big Daddy was going to beat his ass? I mean, really, who do you know? You don't know your daughter ain't ready. Don't know Drew can't handle it. And don't know that Kane would react on a certain way about you bringing in strangers. Hell, you didn't know the plug was going to pull out the pistols when you came up short with the re-up. Like you got some type of credibility running out here in the streets. I'm a little short. I'll get it back to you. No, bitch, you had me bring all this shit across town. I need my motherfucking money. Fuck is you talking about? Nigga, I'm finna get paid for 5 keys, nigga, and I brought you 10. What are you talking about? And then you just sitting over here like you just, like, do what I say. Who runs this family? Man, sit your ass down. You better bring home. Where do you get all this toughness from and you don't know anything about what's going on or how to make a correct call about anything? And of course, the cop. Big Daddy been paying off this cop for God knows how long. So now Big Daddy in jail and you're fucking the cop. You know what I'm tripping off of? How all of these boss bitches on power end up fucking the hired help. I mean, y'all are fucking the help. I mean, give me a goddamn break. All right, number 5 on here. Now we're on the worst, as I said today, would be Holly. Yeah, this bitch crazy. So after Tommy lets you in, you going through his shit, you see some money in the wall. He tries to tell you not to worry about it. You're like, I'm gonna break up with you if you don't tell me the truth. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so then he likes you, so he tells you actually what is the money for and what he does and how big he does it. And so you repay him after that. You steal Tasha earrings as if you won't ever even be around her. Then you wear them to work and you work at Tasha's husband's club. And then after Thomas saves your ass, saves your ass with Tasha so Tasha don't completely fuck him up. You repay him with another spiteful reaction of whispering to Jamie that you know that he's Ghost. Why would you do that? To further bring more tension into Tommy's life. Tommy lets that go, confides in you on the horrors and the betrayals of his business, let you know that he is separating himself from others and it's just going to be you and him. Then you jump the gun and take his money, put a hit on Ghost. Ladies, just because your man might pillow talk a little bit and have a little bit of discussions about, I don't do this shit, but just because they might have a little frustration with their friend, they don't like what their friend doing at this time, don't you think they have those conversations with their friends about you? Don't you start having an attitude with his friend or acting like you gonna tell his friend about himself because he done did a little pillow talking with your ass. He's just venting. Let that nigga vent and get that shit out of there. Because the friends ain't finna come back and tell you what he talking about you about. And he's talking about you too. Leave that shit alone. And now, okay, number 5. Excuse me. Yeah, God dog. Only problem I have with number 5, Holly's death, is the fact that they should have saved it for number 6, Tasha St. Patrick. This bitch. So from the pilot episode, you look at the take from the club and scoff at it. You see all this money, I forgot what it was, but you just scoff at it because you've been doing dope boy books for drug dealers and this ain't no money that you done seen it all. Don't appreciate your man legitimizing himself and attempting to go legit. You have a newborn and almost 2 teenagers, but still want a dope boy like you 22 fresh out of college. Get in the car with the driver. This is our first episode. Get in the car with the driver, who is the son of Canaan, the nigga you and Ghost snitched on and sent to jail, and tease him showing your titties and playing with your pussy all in front of him in the back seat. Obviously, Ghost feels your lack of excitement for him getting out of the game, and this has him questioning your commitment for him in a whole. This leads this family man into the arms of his old girlfriend, which you now say is wrong, even though you end up fucking the driver. And after your best friend gets involved, after your best friend fucks the driver, you get jealous, go fuck the driver yourself, and now manipulate this little bastard to running away with you and thinking about killing Ghost. Get him killed, luckily by Kanan, his daddy, and not Ghost. Blame Ghost and badmouth him to the kids as if the only infidelity in a relationship is on him. Then as legal issues and situations mount up against the family, you fall in love now with the lawyer, who to no fault of his own gets dragged into this bullshit, and you flaunt this to your husband, the mass murdering drug dealer, and plan to get your lawyer boyfriend to help put your husband away. Guess that was a good idea until he ends up in the trunk of the damn car. Oh, and you're so reckless and ignorant. You forced Ghost to take you completely off of his will. And I say force. That bitch was acting so crazy. You forced him to goddamn, I got to do something, some type of contingency plan for this crazy motherfucker. Because if I get knocked off tomorrow, this shit is going to go to hell. So after all of your lies and manipulation, you get your son to believe it's all Ghost's fault for the family struggles to the point that he feels the need to shoot his father. For what? Because Ghost won't take a charge that he said he would before he found out all of the factors involved. So I got to do 30 years in prison opposed to you doing 6. Yeah, Ghost, you said you were going to do it. Yeah, Ghost. What? Instead of you doing 3 years and getting out and doing what? Now you in prison, still lying to everybody, and got Tyreek running around with the dumbest crew in the world to get you out and pay for lawyers. Like you can't refuse counsel and tell Tyreek to focus on school. Tasha is the most selfish, self-centered, thinks she is smart, but actually the dumbest bitch on TV. Please, if you have any disagreements with this is from the best to the worst people that you should date on Power. Women, that is. Holla at me.